Hey, 7th grade, just out for a walk here and thought I'd take you with me to talk about Lesson 11. So if you notice in Lesson 11 and the next several lessons, you're going to be talking about reading a children's book. And the point of this is not just because not to read a silly story or to read a short, easy book, but it has to do a lot with using good expression and tone of voice. So you've probably all heard a speaker who maybe speaks in monotone and just doesn't change his tone of voice and just drones on and on and on. And a speaker like that can be very difficult to listen to. But a speaker who is dynamic and uses different tones of voice and different expressions is a lot easier to listen to. And people have done studies on how we actually communicate, and they said only 7% of our communication is actually the words we say. 55% of our communication comes from our body language, and 38% of our communication comes from our tone of voice. So our words, while they are important, are as important as how we deliver them, okay? So if I would say to my dog, "Buster, you're a good dog," he's probably not going to believe that he's a good dog, right? But if I said to him, "Oh, Buster, you're such a terrible dog," he would probably think I'm praising him. And for one thing, a dog can't understand the words that I'm saying, but he knows the tone of voice, and he knows the message that I'm trying to portray through the tone of voice. So for your lesson today, you need to choose a good children's storybook that has a story. So don't just choose one of those easy ones that's, count the, look at the pictures and has a few words, but it should be a storybook. And you're going to be practicing. Hopefully, most of you have a younger sibling that will be willing to listen to you. Unfortunately, we can't do this at school and have you read to the younger students, but I might have you video yourself and send it to me so I can see how you're doing. So, for today, all you need to do is pick your story and then decide how you're going to read it. Decide what kind of story it is, what kind of expressions you're going to use, and how you can make the story come alive by using your voice and your body language, okay? So that's all. You're also reviewing predicate adjectives and predicate nominatives, all right? This is something we talked about way back at the beginning of the year, but it's good to go over again. Remember, predicate adjectives and predicate nominatives are very similar, and there's 3 things that you need to remember about them. Remember that a predicate nominative is a noun or pronoun that follows a linking verb and renames the subject. And a predicate adjective, very similar to it, is an adjective that follows a linking verb and describes the subject. So those 3 things are what you need to remember about those. And remember, when you're diagramming them, they go after a slanted line because they're pointing back toward the subject. All right? And for lesson 11, you also have a new spelling list. So I'm going to read over your words so you can hear them and see how they're pronounced. So these are words about agriculture: hybrid, poultry, chemicals, harrow, equipment, agriculture, sorghum, erosion, pesticide, drought, conservation, acreage, nutrients, legume, fallow, rural, heifer, mulch, silage, arable. So those are your spelling words. I hope you have a great day, 7th grade. See ya.